Welcome, live from the crossroads of America. A 1-hour talk show, guns, politics, or anything else that crosses my mind. You can email me at Rickslifeasiseeit at gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com. I have a Patreon page. Everything's listed below here. Unfortunately, I haven't got it on the screen today because, cut a long story short, my computer crashed on me yesterday. I mean, it's been playing up for a couple of months now, and the hard drive on my laptop finally basically shit the bed. So I'm having to use my secondary laptop I have, and it's old and it's very slow, and I'm having trouble getting OBS to work on it to put my lower thirds on the screen here. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Hey, blind shooter, how you doing?
Hey, Rick, doing good, buddy.
Yeah, I don't know who's going to show up today. I don't know if things went out right or not. This computer is strange. But I don't think I've ever used this to broadcast a show from, this computer. But I'm lucky I even got it going.
Yeah, well, there's a first time for everything.
Absolutely. I don't know where everybody is, but then again, it's
only 10-2.
It's summertime. People are out doing their stuff. So, that's why we don't have a lot. I mean, I have nobody in the chats on either thing at all. That's why I'm wondering if it's working right. So,
I got the link that you
Ozzy has joined us. Good afternoon. If anybody wants to join the panel, the link is over there on Gun Channels. I think people are just late getting here and everything else. It just, I said, I was late getting out my notification, but you got the email, right? So that's how you got the link.
Yeah, I got the email. It's also only 7 minutes to 3, so.
Okay, yeah. All right. So anyway, we got John Brown Productions just turned up. They're all getting here. That's good. That's what I like. That's what I like to see. Well, this is actually my 100th episode on Saturdays. I've been going longer than 100 weeks. I mean, I've had a couple of weeks where I haven't been able to broadcast and this kind of stuff. But this is the actual 100th live one I've done.
Congratulations.
So, yeah. And for that, I've got a great swag pack I put together for this one. But also, while I'm at it, I'll mostly have to repeat this later on in the chat too, because there's very few people here. But as it says in my title, I'm making some changes. And to be honest with you, I'm getting burnt out. Doing this, trying to, getting topics and finding questions. Don't get me wrong, I love doing it. But also looking at my analytics, is that what they call it?
Yes.
What my show's doing. During the summer months, it goes way down. I mean, way down. Because as I said, people are out and about doing stuff. So what I'm thinking, what I've decided to do is do this. I'm going to keep the Wednesday show going, Wednesday nights, every Wednesday. But Saturdays, I'm going to do it every other week. What do you think?
I think it's a good idea. I mean, like you said, it's the summertime. Everyone's out doing their own thing, as opposed to the wintertime. They're all lazy and figured it's cold out. No one do anything.
Yeah. Plus, what else I was thinking with that is if I go out and go shooting, go fishing, whatever, I can always, film whatever I'm doing and make a little, put out a little video of what I've done on the off week.
Absolutely.
Plus, also, it give me a chance to hang out with my family on Saturdays instead of being, I got to make sure I'm here at 3 o'clock. That's what I was thinking. I don't mind so much during the winter months because nobody, as you said, nobody does much during the winter. But no. Gun-loving grandpa's joined us, so that's good. John Brown Productions is over there on Gun Channels now. Sean Ponnery's over there. So they're starting to trickle in. which is good. So I'm more likely to bring that up again later in the show about my change on Saturdays. If anybody wants to join the chat, the link is over on Gun Channels. As I said, this is the 100th edition of Rick's Life as I See It on Saturdays. Oh, there we go. Anyway, another thing in my title. Well, first off, a couple of things. I mean, unfortunately, I don't want to be part of the media or spread anything, but the incident or the shooting in Virginia Beach, it's another one of those. I've read a few articles. I mean, most of them are left-leaning slanted. It's,
Yeah, most of them are definitely left-leaning, and it's sad that the bodies aren't even in the morgue 24 hours. And on the news this morning, when I was in the car, they're already talking about, you need mental health screenings and more common sense gun control laws, and this needs to be taken and that needs to be taken. I'm like, can you guys give some time for the fucking families to get their notified, stuff taken care of before you start saying, hey, do all this?
Yeah, you're right. Oh, damn, I've lost my chat. Hang on, what did I do with it? No. Yeah, you're right. Not only that is one of the ones I saw was oh, damn it. Okay, there we go. I got it. Now, where you gone? Right there. There it is. Okay. Come on, chat. Where are you? All right. Yeah, no, one of the articles I said, oh, my God, had a sound suppressor on it. So now they're shooting in silence.
Yeah, someone said that I actually think it was the Virginia Beach sheriff, said that they raided his home and found more guns and silencers. Which, okay, I get it. That's fine. Like, tell us what you found. But that's irrelevant to the crime he committed with the weapon he did. If he didn't use the silencer, don't tell us about it.
Yeah, long as he paid the tax stamp, what in the hell difference does it make?
Not only that, and notice how they're focusing on it was an extended magazine he used.
Yes, extended magazine, yes, and the silencer. But see, they're saying the silencer now. We got to be careful. But then you listen to the people who got out of the building, and what we've always said. They said they heard shots going off, not as loud as they thought they would be, but they still heard them because the silencer doesn't make it like it is in the movies.
And
you still hear the bang.
You still hear the bang, and to me and you and everyone else that knows about guns, we'll understand that till the cows come home. Those who know nothing about guns are going to believe what they're hearing, and oh yeah, you didn't hear, we need to take that away. It's a scary object now.
Oh yeah, the good example. I watch the show because I don't know. I watch it for entertainment. But that what's it called? SEAL Team or whatever it is. I think it just ended season this year.
Oh, SEAL Team 6.
Yeah, and and they're going out and you see them. They go through buildings, and you see them shooting the people down, and it's all you hear is a poof poof, like nobody else in the building hears they're coming. I find that hard to believe. So, but I watch it just for entertainment. But where I was going at is people believe that kind of stuff.
That and I don't know if you saw it. Apparently, Obama's out there now saying that guns in America are so easy to get that anybody can go out and buy a machine gun.
Oh yeah, you can buy a machine gun. You can buy a machine gun online, even. Oh yeah, I heard that last night. His thing. Hey, Kingpin, how you doing? Thanks for joining me.
All right, what's happening, guys?
Not much. And who's that? The gun snob we got as well.
I'm here. What are you up to?
Man, we're doing good. Yeah, well, I was just hating to do it, but we were talking about the media and the left-leaning slant on that shooting in Virginia. It's bad, no matter what happens. it's sad to see it. It hurts to see it. I don't like it, but But as I've read one article, I can't think who it was from now, but it wasn't too bad. You know, they said when you think about it, not think about it, but it was the worst mass shooting this year since that one in California. So we're not having them every day like people say we are. You know. So, but then again, it's not helping our gun rights whatsoever. And I know, I mean, this is going to be controversial. We might get in an argument here. I might lose subs. I understand our point of view because I believe in guns and everything else. But the gun grabber or the other person on the street, I mean, like I think we discussed this before. We start bringing up facts and figures, and they don't care about the facts and figures the other side. You know, when somebody says, well, there's 20-odd thousand or 30,000 people killed by handguns every year, but 20,000 of them were suicide. They're still dead by a gun. That's all they're looking at. They're not looking at, was it a murder or was it suicide? It was done by a gun. The person is still dead no matter if he was murdered or killed himself. You know, and that's what we got to change. I don't know how. Any ideas?
Well, it's always good, when they make the argument like that, Rick. When it's like, oh, at the end of the day, it was still a gun. I always like going back at them with, well, people commit suicide by cutting their wrists and hanging themselves. So should we get rid of knives and belts now?
Yeah, I see where you're coming from, but I'm just saying, I'm just oh, right, hold on a minute. I'm just trying to. Okay, so I'm trying to turn your volume up. You're a bit low on me. There we go. All right. So, anybody else got anything on that side of my argument that I just put forth? Anything, David? He must be out of the room. Or he's talking and he doesn't realize he's muted. No. Anything, Gunsmoke?
Well, I think you're right. They just see it as a death by gun, period. So, I mean, they're not wrong in that. But, it's the same thing. They would use something else if they didn't use that. So,
I'm back, Rick.
All right.
My opinion on it is, yeah, they've got to attack the gun because they can't attack the root of the problem, because then that goes against all the rest of their narratives of the bad person. Because if it's a black guy, then you start breaking down all the reasons that a black guy commits crimes, well, then you're racist. If it's a woman and you start breaking down all the reasons women commit crimes, then you're sexist. So they can't blame the person because then that goes against the rest of their narrative. So they've got to blame the firearm. And then I do understand that there's people who don't know much about guns and don't really think about guns or whatever, and then their kid is dead or their wife is dead, and they want something done. And the only thing that they see is they were shot. And if they didn't have a gun, my friend, my wife, my husband, my kid wouldn't be dead, which is possibly true. There's no way to tell if it's true or not. But those are the reasons that I think that they just attacked the gun itself. Plus, the gun can't defend itself. The gun can't stand up and say, I didn't do anything. It was the jerk that was holding me.
Yeah, but I know, but how do we sort of get our point across without sounding cold and callous?
Screw cold and callous. No matter, because you're not going to win that. You're not going to win that whatsoever. And the other side does not care about cold and callous. I've had friends of mine, good friends, 30-year-long friends, look at me and say, when your mom gets shot, then maybe you'll care. Now, these are dear friends of mine that said that to me. And then you straighten them out. I don't get all upset and throw stones back at them. I just come back at them with logic and reality, and they never back away from it, and they never apologize for that. But they understand that they screwed up, and that's all we can do is put the good information out there and hope it lands on open ears.
Yeah, you're right. That's what I try to do. It just gets me down at times, Especially, we're trying to, as a movement, if that's what you want to call us, or it's not a movement. Second Amendment is a protected right that was given to us by our Creator. When I say our Creator, it's Creator of your choice. Whatever your definition is of a creator is up to you. But it was given to us and it's protected under the Constitution of the United States. So we shouldn't have to try to defend. We shouldn't have to try to defend it. But every time something like this happens, we get bombarded by the left side saying how evil we are or how evil the gun is. I mean, now, because I don't know if you read it, the guy used a silencer. Now, mass shootings are being done on the quiet now. You can't hear them coming. That's one report I read. I went, oh, Jesus Christ.
Well, the good news is about that is the people that were there said that they still heard the loud sound of gunshots, even though
Yes, I was just going to say that. I read that part too.
So that kind of puts a hole in their theory there whenever you have that.
Yeah, but as other people say, it's the people who channel surf and just read the headlines. Mass shooting, uses silencer. Then they move on to the next item in the news. That's the shame of it. There is a lot of people out there like that.
Oh, absolutely, and a lot of us are guilty of that at times too.
Oh yeah, I've done it myself. I've done it myself too. So I am kind of guilty on that. Anyway, since we got a few more people in here, I'll bring it up yet again. What I said at the very beginning was, because of the summertime, and I've looked at my analytics. Is that how you pronounce the word? And everything else. Plus, I'm getting a little burnt out. This is my 100th episode, but in the summertime, my what's the word for it? My hits and my targets and everything else is real low in the summertime. So I was going to drop this show and just do it every other week on Saturdays. I'm still going to do the Wednesday one every week, but the Saturday one, I'm moving it to every other week. And what I'll do is if I'm doing anything, I'll film it and make a video out of it. What I did. Like even if I went fishing, or I went out, or I went shooting, or I went somewhere with my family or something like that. I'll do a video of it, sort of like to cover the week that I'm not here. That's my plan anyway. So I just thought I'd throw that out there. I don't know if a lot of people are going to like it, but I think it'd be better for me in the long run. When I say for a while is I'm going to do it for the summertime. To me, summer starts Memorial Day and it ends Labor Day. So once Labor Day gets here, I'll be going back to every Saturday. So
well, it's tough doing just one show a week, let alone two. That's tough.
Oh yeah, it is. Not that I can't find a lot of topics, but I try to find gun topics. And I try to find topics that time Saturday comes, like the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday chats, I've covered everything. So all I'm doing is sort of like repeating what's happened on gun channels or YouTube during the week. So it gets kind of hard to find fresh topics to talk about. Sometimes I sit here and feel like, oh my God, we're rehashing the thing. I mean, like this Virginia shooting. You were talking about it last night on your show. I was listening on my TV. I was watching YouTube on my TV screen, and I was watching your show last night. I said, oh God, we'll be talking about it again tomorrow. So But also, what I was going to talk about in my thing is the NRA, but we'll get to that in a minute. But I just want to say that on my chat. That's what I'm going to do. And as I said, for the 100th episode, I put a swag pack here. I mean, this thing is absolutely loaded. It weighs a ton. So I'll go through that in a little while. But while I'm at it, I want to do the prize. Oh, hell. I forgot. I had to reboot, and I closed it down. So what did I do with it? Where is it? Oh, no.
When in doubt, just blame Patriot.
What?
When in doubt, just blame Patriot.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's what I'm going to do. So, all right. Let me see if I can find it here. All right, that's what I wanted right there. So let me bring my other stuff back up. Where was I? Okay. Yeah, so the question that I had, and what did I do with it? So there's that one. There's that one. Oh, okay. So I'm waiting for the program to open it. I don't know if I mentioned this. I mean, Blind Shooter heard me. What was it, yesterday? Yeah, Friday. Yesterday was Friday morning. I've been having trouble with my laptop. I mean, I've had to redo it. And my hard drive found some bad clusters, but it couldn't repair them, so it just hit it. But when you start getting bad clusters on a hard drive, that means your hard drive's on the way out. So I've been babying it along, hoping that it would last until this next Friday, the 7th, is when my next check comes here. And I've already got it ready to go to order. I know which one I'm getting. And I was going to order it and put a new hard drive in here. But unfortunately, it shit the bed, my computer. So I pulled out this secondary one. It's an HP here. It's an old thing. I've had it, 6 or 7 years. It's very slow, very loud. And half the stuff doesn't work on it. I mean, I couldn't even get OBS to work on it to put my lower thirds on the screen this morning. So it was amazing I got the camera to work. So I just wanted to mention that. That's why things are a bit strange today. All right. Let me. So I'm looking for my stuff to do my prize with. The questions is what I'm looking for, to be quite honest with you. I'm just waiting for it to open up, and we'll be there. That's right. I got plenty of time to do it. So, so last week's prize. Oops. Put that down there. Is a bunch of patches and stuff. A lanyard thing in there. Is that what you call them? I got my patch. Not my sticker. I got that patch there, and my sticker, and some Palmetto State, and Glock. Don't tread on me sticker. That kind of stuff. So that's all in there for this week. And let's see if it opened up. I mean, it's finally opened up. Here we go. Where are we going? Where is it? The question was, if I remember correctly, make sure I got the right one. It was to do with the Avengers, Infinity Wars. I wanted to know what weapon Bucky Barnes was seen using in the Infinity Wars, and it was used at the end of the Civil War movie. And the answer I got is it was an M249 SAW, paratrooper fitted with a Surefire 100-round casket magazine. So, that's it.
Rick?
Yes?
Nobody says SAW.
That's all.
Thank you, sir.
I just want to make sure they understood what I didn't want to say. Well, what'd you say? Because my my twang or whatever I got going on.
Oh,
But anyway,
like Chicago.
you know. Well, anyway,
You mean it's not supposed to be pronounced Chicago?
yeah, Chicago. So anyway, I only had 4 entries. So can you believe that? Such an easy question.
Let's
I
see.
only
Unknown
had 4
user, blind shooter.
I don't think blind shooter in it. You didn't enter this one, did you?
No, I did not.
No, you didn't. But unknown user did.
A likely suspect.
Yeah. So let me hit the button here. Oh, come on. This machine, I said this old machine's so slow. It's unreal. Oh, somebody who's, I think they've only entered it once or twice before in the past, but this is a winner that we haven't had. I don't have their mailing address. So this is a new one. Tardut.357 is the winner.
I've got his old mailing address, but he's moved to Michigan since.
Yeah.
Just send it to me. I'll drive it over to him.
Well, I'll have to, I'll just email him and let him know he won. So, anyway,
Right.
Who's joined us? Squib and Night Strike. How you guys doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm just working on a computer back here.
All right.
So
Yeah, I saw you left the back gate unlocked, so I snuck in.
Yeah, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. So I don't know if you heard what I was talking about, the show, me going to bi-weekly, once every other week on this Saturday show between Memorial Day and Labor Day. So.
Uh-oh.
Well, no, I mean, I looked at my analytics. Is that how you pronounce it, Squib? Analytics? And, mine aren't high anyway, but in the summertime, it's pitiful. I think I give it more views than people give it views. You know? I know you just said, it's rigged, I never win. You haven't won for a few weeks, so it's about time your name starts popping up. You know? But it didn't come out this time. He was there. It was you, Ohio 45, Tardut, and Gunpowder Beauty. That was the only 4 entries I had. No, sorry, there were 5. Mel Smith, I forgot. He's in there.
No.
I didn't
Technically, that's
scroll
4
down to see his
entries
name.
because Gunpowder Beauty and Tardot live in the same house. That's technically 4 entries.
Yeah, only 1 entry per household.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot to put Mel Smith was in there too, but I forgot. I didn't scroll down to see his name.
Oh, come on. You can't forget Mel.
So I had 5 entries. So, but anyway, for the 100th edition, you guys have got 2 weeks to come up with the answer for this one. I said, because I'm going bi-weekly. We have a flash drive. It's got to do with patentmaster.com, so I guess it's a little promo thing. Got a pen here from, hell, I don't know. Got something on there.
All right. From hell, I don't know. I love that place.
I got a Peter's Premium Blue Packs to Power little pin. ZZ Custom sticker, a Flaxton sticker, some chapstick, a mug holder, some Barry's ammo, some of their gun oil here. Got some of that. Got a lanyard. Is that what you call them?
Lanyard.
Yeah, I got a gun show Lupo Tour 2018 patch.
Finally got the good stuff.
Yeah. And I got this thing here. I'm not exactly sure. It's from Browning. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but I got that. Got stickers. And got another patch here from Dan Weston. And I got Barry's bullets. I got a Patriot in the Dark sticker. Of course, my sticker. You know, got some Smith & Wesson stuff here. If you happen to be you load your own ammo, I got I roll my own sticker.
Ooh.
And I got Glock stickers.
Yeah.
Man, are you giving away everything you got? Good.
No, but I said it's a big pack because it's for the 100th show. So I thought I'll just do a sort of like a double thing. Plus, I said you got 2 weeks, so don't forget it ain't going to be this big. But I just done this as a special one. So
you're gonna have to charge.
No, the question.
Heavy as it's gonna be.
The question ain't that hard. I don't think.
It's the problem.
Question is, now, it's an email question, so you email me at rickslifeasiseeit@gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com. And the question is, you ready?
No.
In the movie Wind, W-I-N-D, Wind River, what weapon did Jeremy Renner use? There you go. That's the question. In the movie Wind River, what firearm did Jeremy Renner use? So, email me at rickslifeasiseeit@gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com. Now, if anybody hasn't seen that movie, I don't think it wasn't a big box office smash, but it was a hell of a good movie, actually. Had lots of firepower in it. So, there you go. All right. Next topic.
You mean there's more?
What?
There's more?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Well, you got any topic?
No.
What I was going to talk about, I bundled it all under the NRA.
Uh-oh.
We got, of course, we have the resignation of Brown Bales.
Yeah.
Leaving totally. I mean, I don't think he's going to be the last ex-president to bail. Personally,
There'll be more.
I think there'll be more of them. Ex-presidents bailing. So, also, and this is the Ackerman McQueen. Their promotion outfit is sending them a letter saying they're quitting the NRA. They're not going to represent them anymore, which seems kind of strange to me, since they are the NRA TV. And from what little research I could find on them, the NRA is 90% of their business. So how are they going to survive without them? Is what I want to know.
I think they're not planning to survive. They're planning to fold.
They're what?
They're planning to fold.
They just built a new office in Oklahoma City, didn't they?
Hey, if all of their business comes from the NRA, it doesn't matter whether or not they fold or not. They're pretty much going to fold, because if they don't have the NRA giving them business, then where the hell are they going to get the business from? You got 10%. You can't shrink your profits from 100 down to 10% and continue to operate. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, but or unless, the NRA says, "Oh, we picked up a new company, and it's the same company but under a different name."
Yeah, now that sounds a lot more likely.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Instead of Ackerman McQuaid, they're going to be McQueen Ackerman. Or it'd be a totally different name and everything, but I bet you if you looked at the paperwork, all the same people at the top are the same people. So I'm only predicting that. I don't know what's going to happen, but it sounds strange to me that a company who just built a brand new office where 80% of their employees are moving to, all of a sudden they're dropping the company that does 90%, dropping the company they do 90% of their business with, unless they picked up some big contract that nobody knows about yet. But I doubt it, So there we go. Oh, so Tardot's joined us. You were the winner of last week's quiz, so I need you to send me your mailing address before I can send it to you. Please. Oh, what's that? Unknown user? 17 people watching and only 8 thumbs up. Yeah, that's all right. I mean, I want thumbs up because it all helps with YouTube and the stuff. But but as I said earlier, in case nobody's heard, I'm mentioning it through the whole show. I'm going between Memorial Day and Labor Day. I'm going every other week, so I won't be on next Saturday. I'll be on the following Saturday. So next Saturday, if I go shooting or fishing or hanging out with family at a barbecue or whatever, I'll try to do a video of it and load those up. So. I'm getting like I said, I'm getting a little burnt out doing this every week in, week out, and making sure I'm always here on Saturday at 3:00. I don't mind it. During the winter months, it doesn't bother me. But I'm still doing my Wednesday show at 7 p.m. I'm still doing that one. So you're not getting rid of me. I'm just taking it sort of like a little break. So where were we anyway? Back to the
Tardot's address. It's P.O. Box 357.
Michigan.
Oh, Jason Stewart said we will miss you, Rick. Thank you. Some of you real loyal guys are here every week, and I do appreciate it. But I'll be here every other week on Saturdays and 2 after Labor Day. Then I'll go back to weekly. I want to take a break. I want to take a vacation. But basically, that's what I'm trying to do. So I thought I'll just do it this way, is I can keep you guys, going who show up. Plus, it gives me a break for a little while. That's all I'm asking for, really. And I hope everybody understands. So there we go. Anyway, what were we talking about? We were talking about the ins and outs of the NRA. What can you say? I was listening to the Gun Snobs chat last night, was it?
That was Gary's last night.
Was it Gary's last night? Whatever night. What nights was yours?
Mine's not till tonight, but I'm not having it. I haven't had one in like 2 weeks.
No, it was guns, budgets and guns, whatever reviews. That was it. That was his last night.
Budget, guns, and whatever.
Yeah, that's the one. I was laying back in my recliner watching it on my TV. So I was just I had my eyes closed and I was listening to it.
Yeah, it'll put you to sleep. No, I'm just kidding. He was pretty wound up last night, but he had good reason, I believe.
Yeah, he was wound up. But I understand that. But I said everything was said. It's hard to repeat what they were saying, but like the NRA, if the NRA crashed and burned now, and I think you said it too on that script, we got a void. It's not going to be filled overnight.
That's part of it. The other part is it's going to make us look weak in the eyes of our enemies.
That's
and
right.
We will be weak. And I know there's a lot of people that have certain feelings about it, and I get that. You have a right to your opinion, just like I have a right to mine. And I can get along with you and work with you even when we don't agree on things. Just move past that and work on the things we do agree on. But I think that we need to fix the NRA, but we need to keep some elements of it the same in order to make it effective. I think what we need to do is we need to to reorganize some things, to change some rules about how they operate, to steer them in the right direction. And then after that, we need to monitor them. We need to have some way for the membership to have more influence over the decisions. That's part of the restructuring. If we manage to do this and we don't monitor them, they'll go right back to their old ways in no time. So,
oh, absolutely, I believe that too. I really do. As you said, it needs to be there, and if they go down shooting, I mean the opposition. I mean, look at the 23 or 24 Democratic primary who threw their hat in to be president. I think every one of them is on the gun ban wagon. And can you imagine if the NRA goes down? Oh, look what we took down the NRA. You know, that would be their rally cry. And unfortunately, people who aren't into this like we are, per se, they're going to believe every word they're told.
Yeah, we had a really long discussion last night on DGS, like 4 hours long, about the NRA. It got pretty interesting and pretty heated. And I just want to show Midnight Range, because I know he's out there, the world's largest meatball.
All right. Yeah, I hope I got to get my computer crashed, and I've turned all your volumes up with the control room thing here, but this old machine of mine is it's barely hanging on here.
yeah, turn the knob up and turn me down, please.
Is it possible?
Hey,
Yeah, you sound like he turned you down, Night Strike.
I'm working on a computer in the background, as I said.
Yeah. Oh, I know who's missing today. Tony and your friend Squib.
My fellow Marine.
Yes. Yes, he's missing too.
Yeah, I was going to bring up the fact that you were throwing that Patriot in the Dark sticker in with that, and I was just wondering if you got that on clearance.
I believe it was I only got one left, I think, of his to give away.
Thank goodness.
I'm waiting to get his patches. But hey, he used to talk to me. I used to be one of his favorites, but now I've dropped down to about second or third on his list. I don't even think I'm that high on his list anymore. His number one go-to guy is Midnight Range TM.
You got to be pretty hard up for Midnight Range to be your number one.
Yeah, Midnight Range is number one on Patriots' go-to list. Why? I have no clue, but he is.
Well, I thought it was Angela from Alan Anchor. Isn't that his girlfriend?
No. Well, he's sweet on her, but that's Tony's girlfriend. Well.
Don't tell Tony's wife that.
No, Angela's good stuff. Angelina does good stuff. She makes good stickers and patches, and I'm going to order some this coming.
I only say this as I've met Tony's wife. I'm just saying.
Okay.
So, yeah, don't tell her that.
Midnight Range says, "What can I say? I'm lovable."
He's something.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm ordering some business cards off Angelina. She gave me a damn good price too. So, and the reason I want those is I want to stick them in my prize packs. I don't earn enough. I mean, most of this, I don't want. I'm not begging. I'm not begging, guys. But most of that comes out of like when I mail the prizes off and all that kind of stuff. Most of that comes out of my own pocket, which is I don't mind doing. If I minded, I wouldn't do it. I would give up on doing prizes and stuff like that. But where I was going is my Patreon barely, I barely get anything. So I just, not that I said I'm not begging. I don't want more money, or yeah, who doesn't want more money? But I'm not begging for you guys to increase what you're doing or adding. You know, I'm just saying I do it because I love to do it, but it comes out of my own pocket. So,
All right, I'm getting off here. We're going in to eat. Thanks for the
okay.
invite.
Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Yeah. Oh yeah, Midnight Range says the number 2 buddy is obnoxious one. You know. So yeah, that could be.
Or did he just mean a number 2?
I don't know. Could be a number 2. That guy's wife has joined us.
Uh-oh.
You know. So there we go. Nice to see you. We're just rambling on here.
What we do.
Yeah. So what else? What else are we talking about?
Whatever you want.
You know. I don't know if you guys were in here when we talked about it. Blind Shooter brought it up. Did anybody hear that speech of Obama's that he done overseas, where you can buy? It's so easy to buy a gun in America.
No, machine gun.
You can buy a machine gun online in America.
So easy to buy a machine gun in America, which, you know, that pisses me off because I'm one of the few people that want a machine gun, but I can't afford to buy one. Because let's be honest, unless you're a millionaire or, you know, like Squib, where you can throw everything on your credit card, not everyone can own a machine gun in this country.
No, Night Strike, you're just on the wrong website. I mean, Obama said there's a website that you can buy a machine gun from, so it's got to be true.
Yes, right.
Right. Like he's never told a lie. I don't remember him chopping down a cherry tree.
You know.
Well, you're close there.
According to him, his administration didn't have one scandal.
Well, see, you're close there, Night Strike. It's not that he's never told a lie. It's he's never told the truth. So, I mean, never telling a lie and never telling the truth, that's really close. It's easy to mix those two up.
Yeah. Didn't he do the guns to the cartels? Wasn't that Obama too?
Well,
Fast and Furious.
The problem with Obama and Fast and the Furious is he took executive action to seal all the documentation from it. So he covered it up.
Yeah.
You know that the government has a program where they will provide a machine gun for you and ammunition for free, right? It's a government-run program.
Yeah,
Can I sign up for that one?
The problem is you have to be within a certain age range, and I'm out of that age range. So.
Yeah, and you can't be disabled, too. They're very discriminatory.
Yes, they are.
Yeah. So, I'm trying to think what else is happening. Oh, my landlord came over today. Nothing to do with the topic, but I just happened to see the letter sitting here on my desk here. My landlord came over today to hand me a letter telling me that my rent's going up $20 a month. You know?
Well, that shouldn't bother you considering how low the rent is in Indiana compared to where
yes,
you're living.
Exactly. I said, okay, no problem. But then he says, everybody's got to start paying next month. This letter, he's giving you 30 days notice. But he said, not you. He said, because you didn't sign your lease until October. So you're still good until yours doesn't go up until October. So, you know, he was still guilty that he was putting it up $20.
Legally, he can't knock on your door and demand more rent without some type of notification.
Oh yeah, I know.
That's why why hand delivered the letter.
Yeah, I mean, but it was nice of him to personally knock on the door. And I mean, he's an old country boy. But part of his conversation, what scares me, I mean, there's 4 or 5 of them. They call themselves the Snellville Development Club. They own this one I live in, the one my cousin lives in. Then there's 2 more further down the street, and they own those. and all of them are in their 70s now. They've owned these places for years, and he did tell me that they're thinking about selling them. You know, so if they sell them, so whoever takes them could really jack the rent up. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
but I'll cross that bridge when it happens. There's no point in getting all worked over something that hasn't even arrived yet. You know, so. Oh yeah, that what we're saying here. I think Midnight Range says that website is called Machine Guns for Clunkers. You know, or that's what the government's doing. Oh, didn't they do that where you traded in your old car? You got so much money back on a new one or some shit?
Yeah, a while back.
Yeah, that was a while back. Yeah, I remember that one too. But anyway, that's that. What else is coming on? Oh yes, they're Do I still have it? Yes. Sean Connery sent me a link.
Uh-oh.
He said instead of buying the $500+ EZ Performance Center, he said I should buy this used gun from Classic Firearms. It's a Smith & Wesson 5906, 9mm pistol, 4-inch barrel, stainless steel.
Is he still going on about that?
Yes, for $299.
It's still not bad. Though I've started seeing 5903s on sale too.
But as I said, it's the when my hands. I mean, like was it Wednesday? I was talking on the show that I was wearing those gloves, my compression gloves on my hands because my wrists were killing me. I mean, the flare-up's starting to go down now.
You know, Frankie.
There's a lot of pain in my hands. But where I was going with this, the reason I going for the 380 was the ease of pulling the slide. How tough is that slide on that 590, whatever it is?
You know Frankie from Gun Channels, right, Rick?
Yeah.
She did a pretty good video the other day on racking a slide for people with, hand issues or just strength issues. So I don't know if you saw that video, but you should go check that out. It's one of her, probably either the last video she did or the second to last video she put out. And it's a pretty good technique. It looks like it would work, and it seems to work for her too. So go give that video a look.
I will. All right, thanks. So, unknown user says the 5906 are awesome guns. So, yeah, I mean it's something to look into. But I was thinking since the 380 EZ Performance Center is they're not even at dealers yet, so not even at the distributors yet. So it's going to be a while for them to make the rounds to all the shops, gun stores and gun shops, whatever you want to call them. So, hey, if I got the money, I might buy that one from Classic anyway. Hey, what's another gun for the collection? You can never have enough guns.
Never enough guns. It's true.
Yep, never enough guns. So I might go ahead and buy one if they still have one. I might pay the extra $20 for them to be hand picked. Yeah,
I'm sure we already talked about it, but just for a refresher course, have you thought about revolvers?
Not really, be honest with you. I mean, I haven't. But I think if I got a revolver, it would have to be. It's more, where I'm going with this. Shooting a 357 with a short barrel ain't going to help me any. Because of the recoil on my wrists. So it would have to be, if I got one, it'd have to be one with a longer barrel. That's what I'm thinking.
Then you're going to have concealed carry issues. Because the only revolver I got is the Taurus Tracker, and it's got the four 4.5-inch barrel, but and it doesn't have much recoil whatsoever. As far as I think, but it's definitely not going to be the most easily concealed carry gun.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I got a Taurus 85, which is a 38 special. I think it's a 2-inch barrel, or 1.5 or 1 3/4 inch barrel. That thing's got a little bit of snap to it. I don't, so. Oh yeah, but also you got to remember here in Indiana, as long as I got a carry permit, I can carry open. So if I'm wearing, so I could always, I mean, my big old 45 on my, normally, as I've always said, even when I'm carrying concealed, I wear baggy shirts or a jacket over the top. I normally always wear outside the waistband. I mean, now the summer's getting here. If I'm not wearing a baggy t-shirt, if I wear inside the waistband, I use my Brave Response holster, the one that looks like a belly band, but it's not. So there we go. But John Z's joined us. David has a good point. There are plenty of revolvers that might be good options for you with your hand-wrist issues. Unknown user. 3-inch barrel is the perfect compromise on a revolver. Yeah, I would say. I would think, though, that I would have to keep it, I wouldn't be, if I got one, I wouldn't have to shoot Magnum rounds out of it. That's it's the recoil that bothers me on those big, heavy, I'm in no great rush, John. He said I might want to order one. I might, but my dealer, my gun stores around here, don't have any. Don't offer that option. The 2 or 3 that I've talked to, I mean, these are real country boys. They have to turn their heads every now and then to spit out their chewing tobacco into a little can they carry in their hand. So.
Well, Rick, if you want to live in freedom, you got to live out in the country.
Oh yeah, hey, I don't mind. It don't bother me any. But I just say, I haven't seen. I mean, it's living where I have done for the last 18 years. You don't see that kind of shit very much.
Yep.
So I don't know who John Z's talking to, but I think who's he talking about revolvers here? So
I think he's talking to you about the EZ.
I've played. I haven't shot it, but I've played with it at the NRA show. I held it in my hand. I racked it quite a few times, and I picked up the regular model, and I picked up the performance center model, and everything else. Oh yeah, I played with it quite a bit when I was there.
So thoughts?
I liked it, and I said when I get one, I am getting the EZ 380 Performance Center in gold.
You got a good tabletop review for it.
Gun. It had the gold barrel trigger and the safety in the grip.
Oh, now you're just teasing us.
But they're not that much. I think they were only an extra $20 more than the regular plain EZ. So, hell, I might as well go for the pimping.
Right. Right.
They look kind of cool, really, with the fluted barrel and the little cutouts on the slide and shit. It looks sharp. That's what I was planning on doing. So, we're losing people in the panel here. They're dropping out on me like flies. But that's okay. I'm going to cut this one short. I think today, need the gold one with the diamond studs. Now, that's a real pimp That'd be pimping. Yeah, I could get diamond studs put in the grip. What do you think? With the gold barrel and everything else? Oh yeah, that would be pimping. So I can carry that. So on the 2nd of the month, I'll carry that one open, right out there for everybody to see it.
Hmm.
You know, get one of those holsters that just, you know, with the barrel sticks out the bottom, so the gun shows. So. Oh, John G said, and a fur hat with a feather. Yeah, I can do that too. Oh yeah, tomorrow is the 2nd of the month, so don't forget to get out there and do whatever you do on the 2nd, if you do anything. You know, I checked online trying to find out where my I said I screwed up, and I said this. I'm waiting for my carry permit to show up, and it still hasn't shown up. And they told me when I spoke to them about 3 weeks ago, they said, "Oh yeah, it's in the mail." I'm still waiting. So I think they lied to me. I think they told me a porky pie. You know, so I'm hoping it show up any day because it's strange going out without a gun in my pocket. I did carry one, saying, "Well, I got all those other permits, you know, and plead ignorance." But I thought, well, if I get caught, you know, I don't need the aggravation. So I'm playing by the rules. You know, I don't like it, but it is strange going out there. I mean, around here where I live and going down to the local town in Birdseye, I mean, it's like one gas station and one store town. I don't feel too threatened in there. But when I go to the bigger town, that's where it bothers me. You know. But, hey, hopefully it will be here soon, and then my worries will be over. I can go back to carrying and be able to carry open. Wouldn't have. I'm not going to have to worry about, like when I get out of like when I'm walking around Walmart or not walking, driving around Walmart in my electric scooter, getting out of it, you know, reaching the stuff on the top shelf, and my shirt raising up, and they can see the gun. That used to freak them out in Walmarts in Rhode Island, I can tell you. I mean, I never had management or police come up to me about it. But some of the women would look at it, you know, and you see them like, you know, if they had kids with them, grabbing their kids and run, you know, moving down the aisle really fast to get away from me. Like I was, you know, something bad. But that's okay.
You know, and that's basically because the Democrats have literally brainwashed everyone who's not a Republican that every gun owner is a bad person.
Oh yeah.
When no, not every gun owner is a bad person. You know, to my recollection, the political parties, the people who go and shoot people the most that have been on record have been Democrats. They've been registered Democrats. So, you know, yeah.
When did the Democrats become the party of the people?
The 1970s or 80s, I think.
No, never. They lied about that. That's all
They lied
did
about it.
was lie about it.
You know? I mean, I'm not going to go. I mean, everybody knows American history and shit. I mean, they're the ones that brought in all the gun laws after the Civil War to stop another way trying to hold down the, you know, the African Americans, you know, because they were all released as slaves, so they were trying to find another way to stop them from uprising. They needed they couldn't have them shooting at them when they come riding along in their white suits.
It's called Jim Crow.
Yeah, I mean that was all Democrats. That was all Democrats. So And what I'm saying, over the years, it's changed over. Like we're the we're the good guys, and the Republicans are the bad guys.
Propaganda.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And another thing that gets me is how Republicans are portrayed as being, the rich party. People are, Republican or the rich, the multimedia. Not the multimillionaires. But hell, a lot of them Democrats who are running for president are millionaires.
Not a single one of those Democrats that's running for president is part of the middle class.
Neither is anybody in Hollywood or anybody in the music industry. All these other people who espouse left-wing socialist nonsense, they're all stinking rich too.
Oh, yeah.
So what would they know about hard times? What would they know about, living paycheck to paycheck? They don't.
I live from, check to check, but it's nobody's fault but my own.
I can tell you exactly what the Democrats know about living hard times. They know all about it. They're versed in it very well. That's why they keep people poor. It's because they know if we got poor people, we can say that we're doing the best we can to give them stuff. So they study, they see, they know what their policies do. They know exactly what their policies do, and it's done intentionally so they can keep people under their thumb.
Oh, yeah, it is. Because the way I look at it, some of that stuff, like some of their programs they have, right? It's based on how much you earn. If you go over by a few dollars, you lose all your benefit, whatever it is, food stamps or, any kind of benefit. But then you're struggling. If you go over that limit, you're struggling to survive. So you might be earning a little bit more money, but you're actually worse off because you're having to pay for everything instead of the government giving it to you. That's how they work to keep you, as you said, to keep you under their thumb. But we're providing all this for you. We're the good guys. Without this, you have what you have. I'm not saying some of the things that they do are bad, but they've been abused by the system.
They are abusing the system.
People abuse the system. I find it strange. When I was in Rhode Island, when I was filling out some paperwork for, I think, my disability, they said, "Well, why don't you file for food stamps?" I said, "Hell, why not?" So they filled all the forms out. All I did was sign them, right? And they sent them off, and they gave me food stamps, or EBT, I think it's called now. The government calls it.
Yeah.
And I got a whole $15 a month. Okay, so I'm living off disability. I get $15 a month for food stamps, right? I want, I go around Walmart, and you see people pulling, throwing, cartload of groceries on there, and they swipe their EBT card, say it's they spent $200 on groceries, then, once they've swiped their card, the cashier say, "Oh, $20," because, the card's paid for everything else. And I'm thinking, where in the hell did I go wrong? Then you follow them outside and they get into a brand new car. I'm thinking, what's wrong with this picture? That's where the system was abused. Now, when I moved to Rhode Island, I thought, "Oh, let me try it." When I moved from Rhode Island to Indiana, I said, "Well, let me try it here." So I done it online. Say food stamp, put everything in there. I got denied. My disability's too high. My income's too high for the state of Indiana for me to get them. So that's all right. But I said I'm better off now than I'm a hell of a lot better off than I was when I was in Rhode Island. You know, I'm so better off. I'm actually, as I said last week, I got to go back on my diet. I put a couple of pounds back on because I'm eating too good. So, to me, moving here was the great move. It really was.
Told you.
You know, there we go.
I told you enjoyed it.
You know, oh, John Z said it's not even that. Democrats love creating programs that take people into the programs they create, offering you free stuff, but you're not supposed to try to get yourself back on your feet. They want people to turn needy and lazy. And that's what it seems. That's what it seems, which is a shame.
Nobody's arguing that, John.
You know, and I agree. I mean, I'm all. I mean, I don't. As I said, my financial situation is my own making. I do. I mean, as you say, you know, I should have started. I should have started saving years ago, but I'll do it next year. I'll do it next year. Next thing you know, you're out of time.
Next year never comes.
Yeah. You know, I was talking to my sister in England yesterday. You know, and I didn't realize this because she just got laid off her job. She's been at this job for 20 years. They just laid her off. Well, actually, they asked if there was any volunteers that wanted to be laid off. She put her hand up, said, "I'll go." You know, she says she's had enough. I said, "How are you going to survive?" She said, "Oh, I got plenty of money." She says, "I'm not rich, but I put stuff away as soon as I got from my very first job." I'm thinking, where in the hell did I go wrong? You know, you know. But hey, good luck to her is what I say. But anyway, she's you know, it's strange though. She's more I said because now she's in a panic right now though because I asked her a question and she said, "I'm glad you brought that up." She says she wanted me to research it from my end. When she first left school, she actually went to high school on a military base in England. So she actually graduated from a high school, and when she left high school, she actually worked as a federal employee on the military base for a few years. Right? Then, of course, she got married, quit that job. And hell, that had to be 30 years ago now. And she says, "I've never filed an income tax since then here in the States." I said, "Well, you don't have to." You know? I said, you know, she said, "Well, aren't you meant to file one even if you're not, you're an American living overseas?" I said, technically, I suppose they would want you to, but I said, why? You're not, the government's not giving you any money. You know, you're not actually spending any money in this country. So I wouldn't even worry about it. I said, "Do you plan on coming back to live here ever?" She says, "No." I said, "Don't worry about it. They probably don't even know you exist anymore." So, what do you think of that? But then her husband was asked me if I bought any more guns. He's fascinated that he's another one. He said, "You can walk in a store and just buy a gun." I said, "No, it's not that." I said, "It's not that easy." I said, "You walk into the store." I said, "You have to pass a background check." I said, "I wish you could walk in the store, you know, slap your money on the counter, pick your gun up, and walk out. But unfortunately, you got to do a background check." I said, "Where I live now, I can, once I pass the background check, which is meant to be instant, I can walk out with the gun."
You haven't been able to walk in and out with it since the 30s, I think.
Yeah, but I said, now, like in Rhode Island, it's a 7-day waiting period. You know, you do the background check, then you got to wait 7 days.
Yeah.
To get hold of your gun, unless you have a concealed carry permit, then you can walk out with it that day because you've been totally scrutinized. You know. Oh, And I can't remember. I think Connecticut has a waiting period too, doesn't it, Vanessa? She was in the chat just a little while ago, so I thought I'd ask her. I can't remember now if Connecticut has a waiting period or not. I think they do.
Sorry, I was away. Are you still live?
Oh yeah, I'm still alive.
Wow, Squib. Harsh.
I had to go get a deer head.
All right. Oh, Vanessa Kitty's asking me. Yes, I am considered disabled. I actually get Social Security disability, is what I get. Yeah, Vanessa says no waiting period if you have a carry permit. That's the same. That was the same in Rhode Island. But what happens if you don't have a carry permit? You know, Connecticut's got some real strange laws now. I don't know them all. I don't keep track of them.
I don't think even law enforcement knows them all.
Yeah. All right. I'm about ready to wind this down because all we're doing is just waffling on here. Unless anybody's got any really burning topics. How's your garden going there, Squib? I saw your videos.
It's going good. Every day since it got planted, we've got rain. And I thought I had ordered some Mexibel pepper seeds, but they didn't come in. And then 2 days ago, they showed up, and I'm like, oh, great. So I had that space in the garden where I was leaving it just in case. So I'm going to plant those. They're kind of like a purple bell pepper. It's a Mexibel. Sometimes those pepper plants are available, but right now I can't find them anywhere. So it might be something a little bit later in the season. Other than that, though, I'm glad to have it in because it just, you can't start a garden early enough in this state. It's just too cold.
Yeah. Oh, Rich White says I get VA disability, but the Social Security says no. You know, I was very, very fortunate when I applied for Social Security. I got it the very first time, and that's rare. That's not a lot of people. You know, have to submit. You know, 2 or 3 times before it's approved. I got it very first time. I filled out my forms. Actually, it was my doctor. My doctor said, Rick, why don't you apply for Social Security? He said, fill out the form that you need. He said, then when they send the form to me to do my part, excuse me, he says, my girls in the office here know what to put in there, what they want to hear. You know, so they done it, and I said, I got it first go. So I was quite pleased. I was quite lucky. And luckily, during the time that I was waiting, I was receiving, because I had 2 things going on at once. I had my workers' comp accident. Then the disability going on. It was 2 different things at the same time. And so while I was waiting for my disability, I was getting money from workers' compensation. So that's how I survived. Oh, okay, hang on. Vanessa Ketty. If no carry permit, this is in Connecticut, you must go to your local police to get a firm certificate to go buy a handgun.
Yeah.
That process takes as long as getting a permit, but must be done for every gun. Also, the method for each purchase has a hold time before you can get a gun.
Yeah, that don't fly with me.
You know, that's that is unbelievable, really. So there we go. But were you in here when we were talking about that shooting down in Virginia? He was using a silencer. Some of the left-leaning magazines.
Was that verified? Was that confirmed?
Yes. That's the last report I read.
This guy went through the hassle to get a suppressor.
Yeah.
Wow.
He had it on a 45 ACP, with extended magazines.
Did they confirm that it was an NFA suppressor or was it a homemade?
I didn't read that part.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Right after I asked, I was wondering, maybe I should have brought that up. Thanks, David.
Yeah. I mean, one report said, now we've got to worry about mass shootings being done in silence because he used a silence suppressor.
They're
Okay,
actually
But
not.
then you read further on, the people who were working in the building who ran out said they heard the gunfire, which we say, I mean, with suppressor on, it's not total silence when they pull the trigger.
You still hear it.
Yeah, and people said they were still hearing it. But where I'm going is where I was saying earlier, if people are just reading the headlines, right? Oh, now people in there shooting you now and you can't even hear them coming, you know?
Well, the people that are just reading those headlines, Rick, those are what we call sheeple. They'll be swayed by whatever the social media or the politicians tell them to.
Yes, but unfortunately, there's a whole bunch of millions of them out there like that. That's the scary part. You know, that can be swayed. There's a lot of people who read those headlines and believe it. You know, there's people who watch CNN and believe it. You know?
Well, don't take this the wrong way, Rick. But if those people are still watching CNN, they aren't going to be swayed. They're already left leaning.
Oh yeah. But unfortunately, the people on the fence, I hope they've got enough to research some of this stuff before they go. I mean,
if anyone is still on the fence now after all the shit that's happened, lately, you know what? Stay on the fence because you're never getting off.
Okay, Rick, if somebody were to ask you, well, how do you even know what one sounds like? How would you answer that question?
It's just a muffled sound.
Right, but if they go, oh, so you've shot a gun with a silencer? And your answer would be no. And they'd say, well, then how do you know that? Right? It's real simple. There's about 1 million YouTube videos with people shooting suppressed guns. I understand that the sound is not exactly the same, but they need to, if they watch and they listen, they'll hear that it makes noise. Now, it's really more about not making noise that requires you to wear hearing protection. You're not getting that crack and that ringing in your ears. It does make noise, but if I was using it in one room, I don't know that you would hear it down at the end of the hallway. You know what I'm saying? So I think we need to have the truth on our side, but we need to be ready to answer a question when somebody goes, well, how do you know what it sounds like? Well, here, let me pull one up on YouTube. And then they can hear. So when you have the people that say, I want it because it'll protect my ears at the gun range, but then they turn around and go, well, it's still loud enough that you can hear it. Okay, for an anti-gunner, dude, it's one or the other, not both. You have to put yourself in the mindset of somebody who doesn't know anything about guns, doesn't like guns, and doesn't want to go to the range to handle a gun so you can show them and you've got to try to, and I know that's kind of difficult for some people on our side to do that. But you've got to be ready to answer these questions when they go, yeah, nobody should be like, good thing they're banned and they're evil and stuff. And Obama said that you can buy a machine gun online. And so, well, actually, you kind of sort of can buy a machine gun online, but you still need to fill out the paperwork. So,
and wait for the government to sign off on it and pay the NFA tax.
Yeah, but you could technically,
Yeah. So we lost everybody. All gone silent on me. All right. I'm going to wind this down. I haven't even decided what I'm going to eat tonight. That's pretty sad. Normally I have it figured out before I even start the show. But I don't know what I'm going to have.
Have a sandwich.
Yeah, more like I don't feel that hungry. See, so
Plus, it's hot outside.
so yeah. Now it took me. That's right. I'm answering Vanessa here in the thing here. Yes. Now I said I had disability, but it took a full 2 years before I qualified for Medicare. I'm talking to Vanessa here. You know, I had to be disabled for 2 full years to get Medicare insurance. So I had to pay. I had to have an Obama plan for those 2 years that I was I was waiting. So there we go. But I still had to go. I mean, I had to pay. What was it? I'm trying to think how much I paid. It wasn't cheap. It was something like $149 a month or something. Premium I paid. I mean, I got it cheaper because I was disabled, but I still had to pay it. You know. But then once I got Medicare, I got a supplement plan, and in Rhode Island, it cost me $49 a month. That supplement plan. Now I moved to Indiana. I got the exactly same plan, same company, and it only cost me $18 a month. It's weird how it changes from where you're at, because it's all. I mean, that's like the price of gas. I mean, the gas is more expensive in the Northeast than it is out west. Now, you would, it's strange. It really is.
Whoa! Gas in New Hampshire was more than gas in California or Arizona?
Oh no! California was always being. I don't count them as part of America.
Okay. Higher than Arizona. It's usually like what, $3 or $4 there.
Yeah. But it's strange how the price of gas varies. I mean, like gas. You would think somewhere where they have to ship gas further than somewhere else, it would be cheaper, but it would be more expensive because they had to get further. They had to travel, but it works on. I mean, the same with groceries. I mean, good example: Walmart. Just in the pharmacy, the needles I use for my cats, insulin shots. They cost me almost $40 a box in Rhode Island. Now, the exactly same box in Walmart's here in Indiana cost me $12. So I think it's all based on what the average income is in a particular area. So if you're in sort of like a poorer area, the prices are cheaper. Because they know they can't get that high dollar value because the money just isn't there. Anyway, that's my take on it. I don't know if it's good or not. But I'll be back on Wednesday, by the way. Now, don't forget, if you guys didn't hear, I will not be here next Saturday. So my next show will be on the 15th on Saturday. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. I'm going to be doing it every other week between Memorial Day and Labor Day. So I just want to say, because the analytics shows that I'm not really losing that much by doing that.
Just say you want a vacation.
Yeah. I don't want to quit. I don't want to say I'm taking a sabbatical, be back in a couple of months. I don't want to do that. I just want to have a little time to myself. So I figured if I'd done it every other week, it will recharge my batteries and everything else. That's what I'm hoping for. So I want to say thank you to everybody in the chat for sticking out with me. I really do appreciate it. My loyal listeners listening to me just ramble on. Rick's life as I see it. So there we go. I'm going to say thank you, and let's get the shout-outs or plugs from the few remaining panel that I have left. We'll start with Squib.
Thanks for sending out the links, and thanks for doing the show on Saturdays or every other Saturday or whatever Saturday you choose.
All right. Thanks. Night Strike. Tuesday night, 9 o'clock.
Hit or miss Tuesday nights, 9 o'clock. Check out guntube.org, and we'll see you next week.
When's Rants and Raves?
Rants and Raves every Wednesday night after Matt's.
Okay. All right. David, the Kingpin Bowling.
Thanks for having me, Rick. Always a pleasure. Gunchannels.com is better than YouTube.
Absolutely. Absolutely. As I said, I'll be back. I will be here on Wednesday at 7 p.m. for my Shooting with Disabilities. I still have questions that were sent to me for that show. So if you guys got any questions you want to ask, send them to me, either for this show or Wednesday's show. I would appreciate it. So I want to say thank you all for being here, and I will see you guys on Wednesday. Have a great afternoon.